key takeaways that I really want you to get from this week 1, day 1 class, and so that you know it yourself and that you're able to also teach it to your clients when the time comes. Number 1 is setting up in a strong athletic stance. So I'll grab a kettlebell here. Making sure that you have your clients set up about 12 to 18 inches away from your kettlebell. Okay, you've got a nice flat lumbar, your hips are coming back. Okay, you've got about a 45-degree angle from your legs to your trunk here. You maintain that position when you get set up. Okay, your shoulders are above your hips. All right, so that's number 1. Starting in that strong position every single time. It's strong athletic position. Sometimes I'll see people, slide their hands into their crease to create that hinge. That's okay for beginners, but I want you to be so good at it that you will never have to do that. You need to be able to get into that position very quickly. That's key to being, well trained and an athlete, that you can do it and it's just a reflex for you. Okay? Hiking the bell nice and high between the legs. And so what I'm looking for and what you'll be looking for as an instructor is that when you hike that bell, those hands are right up tight in that groin, okay? Keeping that bell nice and high between the legs is going to make sure that you get really good arm-body contact, which is going to be super important for protecting that back for you and your clients, okay? So you're in that athletic stance, you hike it up nice and high, and then we'll be parking it, all right? And that's the purpose of that section 1, right, is making sure you get that nice, good arm-body contact and you keep that bell nice and high between the legs. The third thing we'll be looking for, returning the bell to the ground safely, right? And that's the purpose of the stop swing. So you're hiking it, right? You can have a perfect swing or a perfect set of swings, and you can really ruin your entire day by not returning the bell to the ground safely. So I just want you to really drill that home with that stop swing. And I'd like you to do that with your clients as well. I've seen people do, a lot of exercises, and then they get really lazy, and then they set it down in a lazy fashion, and then they tweak something, and then what? They can't come back and they can't train anymore. So make sure you and your clients always return the bell back to the ground very safely in that nice, strong athletic position. Number 4, on the acceleration phase of the swing, that's when the bell has reached the pinnacle, the apex of that swing in the backswing. The squeezing of the glutes, the quads, the glutes, and the trunk, and then the counterbalancing to get that bell to accelerate forward, okay? I hear a lot about, it's a hip hinge. Well, yes, it's a hip hinge, but it's a lot more than just a hip hinge. It's also a weight shift. It's the squeezing of the glutes, the quads, and the core to really get that bell to move. Your entire body's moving as one functional unit, all right? And I like to use the phrase squeezing rather than snapping, like some certifications will say snap the hips or snap the knees. But when we're talking about joints and joint health, I don't think it's good to be snapping anything, all right? So I do try to stay away from that phrase. Number 5, getting good arm-body connection when the bell is dropping out of that swing. And then using your body, your legs, and your breath, exhaling as you absorb it, to absorb that weight and then transfer it into that backswing. So Delaying that hip hinge is going to be really key. Making sure you stay nice and upright until the arms come in contact with that body. Still maintaining that nice high backswing. We'll be looking for that for you and your clients. We don't want to see the bell come down here. All right, it's typically when that bell gets low, that's when you lose that arm-body connection, and that's where people run into back problems. Okay, and then keeping the bell closer in the swing. All right, so this is point number 6. Keeping the bell closer in the swing is not always necessary for advanced intermediate lifters, but definitely for beginners, I always encourage them to keep the bell close. It makes it easier to absorb the weight as it drops down because it's closer to your body, so there's less leverage. It also allows you to get better arm-body contact. It's just plain safer. And then when it comes time to learning the hand switches, if they have that in their mind that they're keeping that bell close, the hand switches are going to be easier. So I want you to practice keeping the bell close and keeping that in mind when you're training your clients. Keeping that bell close allows that bell to drop closer to the body, gives you better arm-body contact, and allows you to use your legs more. All right? Keeping those arms straight on swings and snatches and cleans is a little bit more of an intermediate advanced technique, and it's not always necessary. All right? Let's see. Number 7 is going to be our swing trajectory for single hand swings and how we orient the bell when it goes into the backswing. So, because it's an asymmetrical swing with the single hand swing, you're going to want to slightly stagger those feet, right? So if you're using your left hand, your left foot is slightly in front of the right, and that weight shift is on a diagonal, all right? You don't really move north and south when it's a single hand swing. And then your thumb, position or the bell orientation can be, thumb forward or thumb back, or even a combination thereof. Thumb forward is going to give you better arm-body contact. Thumb back will give you a longer backswing, but it does require better timing and better mobility to get that arm connected to your body. But people with larger trunks may do better with the thumbs back approach. And then there's kind of a hybrid where you actually come in contact and then roll it through. So I'll kind of show you 3 variations. Thumbs forward. Of course, the free arm is going to shadow that kettlebell on the outside. Thumb back, right? Long backswing is good for heavy weight. Just got to make sure your timing and your counterbalancing is correct. Or a hybrid, where that bell rotates as it comes in contact with your body. All right? So the 2-hand swing, the single hand swing, I want you to kind of be noticing those differences. And then number 8 is going to be safely switching hands. Because if they're doing single bell work a lot, they're going to have to switch hands. And I've seen people switch hands the wrong way many times, where they try to switch hands at the bottom. It looks awkward, or they have to stop the momentum. And we want nice, smooth, safe hand switches. And so the way to do that is to swing the bell close to the body. All right? To let go. And then to catch the bell, re-grip that bell at the apex of the swing. And then, of course, all those other, key takeaways are going to be important. The absorbing of the weight with the body, the counterbalancing, the arm-body contact, all of those things we want to make sure we see on that alternating swing. And so, what is your homework? Your homework is to record and upload into the group 1 minute each of the stop swings, a minute of the 2-hand swings, a minute of the single hand swings, and then a minute of the alternating swings. And then I will be looking and providing feedback, and we'll even have the group look and provide feedback as well, because that's going to be part of your job. All right, so thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and thanks for taking the time to watch week 1, day 1. We'll be seeing you soon. Bye.